Okay, everyone. I'm Danielle McWall. I am the head of the Department of Accounting, Finance and Economics here at Ulster University Business School. I'm going to give you a little bit of background on the faculty, which is the Ulster University Business School, and then our department, and then some specific courses within the department. As you can see from the video at the start, we are multi-campus. There are 4 different campuses across Northern Ireland, and the Ulster Business School works in each one of the campuses. We are doing particularly well in terms of the student satisfaction. Now, this is a survey that final year students undertake. It is a national survey across the UK, and we are really proud of the statistics that we have. Particularly for programs within my department and within our Ulster Business School. So we have 100% satisfaction, student satisfaction on 10 of the programs, and 90+ student satisfaction on quite a number of the programs, particularly the Finance and Investment Management program, which is 7th in the UK. And that's one that sits within my department. So we can't take all the credit for these because some of the students that we have are excellent, but I have to say that we are very proud that in this survey, the students rank us very highly and that they are very satisfied with their courses. And although this is based on last year's results, this is consistent across various years. So in the last 3 or 4 years, we've consistently scored in the 90% to 100% student satisfaction. So it's not just a one-off in terms of the quality of the teaching and the courses that we have and the quality of our students. So why would you consider business as a career? Well, particularly in the current climate, it is vital to the economy in relation to creating wealth. It offers a wide variety of career paths. Myself, I was an accountant for years. I worked in San Francisco. I've worked all across Europe, and then I've come back to Northern Ireland and have got into academia because of the enthusiasm that I have for business and our programs, and I think that's reflected across the staff team, which you'll see later on. There's lots of opportunities to specialise. It's such a wide-ranging set of programs with a strong emphasis on giving you the skills that you need, and that's what makes Ulster a little bit different from some of the other universities. You won't be taught a lot, it won't be all about theory and research. It'll be very practical, very applied, and we will be developing the skills that the employers and the professional bodies are looking for, which makes you highly marketable and highly employable. And we can see that in relation to the statistics and the jobs that our students get at the end of their degrees. Like I say, I worked across the world really with my qualifications, and I know that there are so many global, national, local opportunities. So wherever you want to work, you will be able to get a job in this sector. And there's great graduate starting salaries. I mean, from 16, 17, the latest data that we've got is 19 to 23,000 on graduation. This is just a little snapshot of Belfast, of inner city Belfast, and you can see all of these various finance houses and professional services firms are taking our students and could take more than what the students we have available. So there are jobs aplenty, really. Most of these organisations then nearshore for the rest of the UK. And again, the quality of the students that we have, is second to none. And all these firms would say so if you ask them. They keep coming back for more and more of our students, and they're helping us to actually co-create our programs. So, we bring these firms in to help us design the programs so that they are exactly what's needed for the future. There is the opportunity to do a placement on all our programs, apart from some of the part-time programs. And you take this in the 3rd year of your course, and you have access to our wide network of national and international placements. And there's a lot of research has said that the students that undertake placement, when they come back after their placement, outperform the students who haven't done a placement. So it's a very valid opportunity, and it will stand you in good stead then for your future. One of the things, again, that makes Ulster, I've alluded to this a little bit, is our links to the professional bodies and to the world out there. A lot of universities tend to focus sort of just on the academic side and the theory and the knowledge and the learning. We do that, but we also look outwards to the professional bodies, to employers, and the amount of prizes we have available, the amount of co-creation on the programs and co-design and co-delivery with a lot of these bodies really helps our programs to look to the future and be designed in line with what the future of working should look like. So I'm going to focus a little bit now on accounting at Ulster University, which sits within my department. And again, there's a strong focus on employability. We, because most of our staff actually have, like myself, have had a profession as an accountant before we've entered academia, we have very strong links with the professional bodies. So you can see here some of them are global, like ACCA and CIMA. Some are local, like Chartered Accountants Ireland. CPA and the Institute of Chartered Accountants England and Wales, and lots of other accounting bodies, including the Association of International Accountants. We work with them. We know what they expect to see for students coming out of accounting, and we make sure our programs are designed. We make sure accordingly. We make sure the programs are designed so that you get the maximum value from studying accounting at Ulster. The professional exemptions that you will get are one of the highest that you would get from any university degree program, and we make sure that they're built in. So it is really brilliant in terms of what you can get. So you don't need to go and do more professional exams than is necessary. We make sure we cover as many exemptions as possible in these programs. So we do focus on what the professional body needs. We have links with all of them, and we do a lot of work with all of them, and that helps us. Programs, like I say, are co-created with these bodies and the employers. You have your placement opportunity. There's strong graduate employability. All our programs within the Department of Accounting, this is something we're very proud of, all the programs within the Department of Accounting, Finance and Economics outperform the national average for graduate employment. So we know that we are getting the skills and the skills that the market needs. We have an annual prize giving in accounting, and there are over 20 employer and professional bodies awards within that. You know, that prize, the prize giving sector, or the prize giving dinner and award ceremony that we have. And it's just a brilliant opportunity every year to showcase our students to the employers. In relation to the Department of Accounting, we have over 90% student satisfaction levels. We are ranked in the top 25% across the Complete University Guide. We are ranked in the top 20 of the Times and Sunday Times University Guide. And like I said earlier, all subject areas in the department exceed the national average for graduate employment on leaving university. So we know we're doing well, and we know that if you come to Ulster University and come to our department, you have the best chance possible of a career. And why it works for us is really, like I said earlier, many of the team have been accountants or in the professional world before they joined the university to teach, and they've brought all that enthusiasm and all that value into the classroom. So when we're talking about cases, they're real life cases. When you're studying modules, we're bringing real life situations into the modules. We're bringing employers into those modules to help you with various scenarios. So it really works very favorably for us, and we can see that in the statistics. So just to give you an idea of the breakdown of the team, we have about 12.5% of the team are professors. There's a quarter of the team have PhDs. There's 15% of PhDs in progress, and about a third of the team are professional accountants. So that gives you such a wide range of both the practical, applied, professional aspect and the academic aspect. And that means that you get the best of both worlds when you come to Ulster. These are all the programs that we offer at an undergrad level. And many of these are highly innovative. They aren't offered elsewhere. And we have been one of the first to market with many of these programs. And again, it's because of the links we have with employers and the professional bodies that we can see what's coming down the line and what's needed, and we make sure we design the programs accordingly. So I'm going to go through each of these programs in turn quite quickly, really. Well, the Accounting Pathways is one of these that we designed a few years ago. We talked to the employers and the professional bodies, and we identified that yes, they liked people with the straight accounting degree, but also they would like the the students who are doing accounting to have a bit of a flavour of some of the key areas that they operate within the professional services. So some of the pathways have an additional sort of strand to them, where you do, like for example, you do some modules on forensic accounting and cybercrime, and that gives you your BSc accounting and in forensic services. Financial economics are for those students that want to move more into finance, and you have modules like money and banking and international finance included there. And then management consulting is less of the day-to-day accounting and more behavioural science and management. So, so you can see that the student gets a flavour. The best thing about this is that everybody has the same first year, almost the same second year, so you don't have to decide straight away. And then you can look to see what pathway you want to sort of specialise in. And also they get nearly all the same professional exemptions. So again, you're not disadvantaged, and you can have a bit of a taster of various areas within professional services before you actually can commit. So this just, this was the launch of the programme, and you can see there's several partners here. There's partners from KPMG, PwC, Deloitte and EY, all from the big four, as well as smaller firms, all helped us to design these programmes. Accounting and law, again, very innovative. It's a 4-year programme. It's 5 years if you take placement. But in this programme, you get the same professional exemptions that a law degree would give students, and the same professional exemptions that an accounting degree would give students. So if you are trying to decide between law and accounting, this is an excellent opportunity for you. It's a 50-50 split between the law faculty and the business faculty, and you can get a great opportunity then to decide. I have to say most students who do undertake this in the past have gone with the accounting route, but last year most of them went with the law route. So again, it gives you great opportunities, and there is 100% employment of this programme. Economics and business economics, and we have both programmes. They are about 2/3 the same, but the difference really between them is that economics concerns itself with how resources are allocated, very vital, particularly for businesses coming out of this current COVID crisis. And business economics looks towards the businesses and how they can survive in the economic climate. So really, really practical, really innovative. You get access to a lot of economics packages, and we use our university's economic policy unit to actually teach on some of these. So you're getting real hands-on practical application of economics, and it's vital in the current sector. And the students coming out of this programme are highly sought after because they can look at things with this perspective. Finance and investment management, which is probably what quite a few of you are looking for. This is one of the strong growth areas across Northern Ireland and the rest of the UK. The knowledge sector is just booming at the minute. So we in this programme look at corporate finance, valuation, portfolio management. There is professional recognition. Again, we build any professional recognition we can get for our programmes, we build it in to try and give you added value when you come to study within the Department of Accounting, Finance and Economics, because we don't see the point in you doing a subject here and then having to redo it for a professional exam. So we try to build it in that you can get it covered at the same time. We have our trading lab, which uses Bloomberg software, and this programme has moved to 100% coursework, and a lot of that coursework would involve things like trade simulation. So again, very applied, very practical, and it gives you those skills that employers are looking for. Here are the programmes that sit within UCAS. I wanted to mention 2 specific programmes that sit outside of UCAS. So for students, this is a great backup plan for the future. And a lot of students who want to get into the world of work straight away, these are brilliant opportunities. The first one is our business technology. It's a higher level apprenticeship, so you get a degree when you study with us. This is the Deloitte programme currently, and these are the Deloitte Bright Starts. So the students work with Deloitte 4 days a week and come to university 1 day a week. After 4 years, they have their degree. And it's basically you earn while you learn. So you're working and you're learning and you're earning all at the same time. When we started, we were one of the first to market this program with Deloitte, and when it started 5 years ago, there were 17 students. There's now over 160 students on this program. So it is an excellent program. The students coming out have such practical experience. A lot of them have become assistant managers with Deloitte because they've actually used their university knowledge and applied it just in their day-to-day work, and it has really helped them to progress their careers. So this is a brilliant opportunity for students. The other one is our new program. This is starting in September 2020, and it is our FinTech, or our Financial Technology Higher Level Apprenticeship. We've used the same logic and all our learning from the Bright Starts and the Business Technology program, but this is offered across various companies, the ones currently on board, and there's several others waiting. Our First Derivatives, Funds Access and FinTrue, and here you work with your choice of employer. So you would have to go and attend an employer interview or just a chat with them, and they'll offer you a position, and then you do a boot camp in August, and then you're ready to start on the program in September. Again, it's a 4-year degree program. It's an earn while you learn. So again, you're working 4 days a week and you're coming to uni 1 day a week. You are treated exactly the same as other students. You have all the same benefits that our students get, and you will have your degree after 4 years, even though it's on a part-time basis, which is exactly the same as somebody doing a 3-year full-time degree plus a 1-year placement. So you're at no disadvantage to students studying on a full-time basis. The only thing is you're earning at the same time, and you're working and you're applying all the knowledge that you're learning in class. This little picture down at the bottom is one of our students in the financial trading lab that we have, that finance programs. So this really, you can apply online for this one. It doesn't go through UCAS, but you apply through the Ulster website, and then you get invited to an employer. An employer's portal where the range of employers who are offering places are there. You pick 1, 2, how many employers you want. You apply to them, you meet them and have a chat with them, and then if they want to employ you on the program, then you go ahead and you've got your place secured. And this program works 50% in finance and 50% with computing. So you can see the range of modules that you'll be taking, lots of Python and software, JavaScript, financial modeling, and data analytics and big data, all the current skills and subject knowledge that employers are looking for at the moment, and many employers are looking for this. So it's a really, really exciting program, and again, we're one of the first to market it. Just to give you an idea of the department, we do a lot with industry. We utilize all our networks, so this gives you a little bit of information on some of the things that we've been doing within the department, and working with business leaders, working with universities, working with automation. So we are really ahead of the curve on this. Again, we were shortlisted by for the Accounting Team of the Year by the PQ Awards, and several of our staff have won certificates for outstanding research. We do like to look after our students. I've mentioned the prizes, but also we have our annual formal, and we have lots of prizes. 2 of our finance students this year and last year have won UK awards for their expertise. So again, we're very proud of our students. This gives you a little bit of a clue as to what we do. So you can see here students studying in PwC with for one of their forensics modules. With accounting and law, you get to the law courts and you get experience as an expert witness. And then we take our finance and our accounting students together every year with SECA, and we do a mash-up day where you do a whole day working on a business project and presenting at the end. So there's some brilliant opportunities to develop those skills. And of course, you can't forget the final result, which is to get that gown and that certificate. So in general, if you want to look at Ulster courses, you will find your courses on our prospectus. You type in the name and it brings up all the various courses, and you can view the course through our website. There's lots of key information, including how to apply, summaries, what you need to get in, and all the different equivalencies would be there. I should say for many of our courses, if you have A-level maths, you actually get a reduction in the grade level. You know, that's not to say you have to have maths for our programs. You don't. You have to have GCSE maths, but that's it. You don't need A-level maths. So you can see then sort of where you would get your information. There's lots of different webinars like this one going on, and you can see again, they're all available on the events part of the website. And we of course have our open days as well that you're very welcome to attend. And then this gives you some information on the open days for next year. And that's it really. If you want to get in touch, these are again on the website, you can see the admissions phone numbers and the inquiries, or you can get in touch with anyone in the department.
Thank you very much, Danielle. That was really insightful presentation. So I suppose I would just point out to all the attendees here that if they wish to ask a question, they can do so using the Q&A function button at the bottom of their screen. So if you have any questions about the entry requirements for any of those programs, anything that Danielle had mentioned that you wish to seek more information on, you can simply type into the chat pane or the Q&A pane, and we'll stick about for a few minutes to answer those.
I did see somebody had raised their hand, so if you have a question, please feel free to ask it.
Danielle, I have a question maybe for the benefit of the attendees as well. So increasingly what's becoming more important and what students are looking for in courses is professional accreditation of their courses, because it certainly boosts, I guess, their CV, and it's a bit of a CV enhancer. Can you tell us a little bit about the professional accreditation on offer in the business school? I know you spoke about some of the partners that we work with, but I guess kind of emphasizing the importance of professional accreditation in degree programs.
Yes, sure, Conan. In terms of accounting, it's vital for accounting students because you have professional exams to do after your degree. So the more you can cover within your degree, then the less you have to do later on to become a professional accountant. So most of our programs, like the straight accounting program, gives you all the knowledge papers for SECA. It gives you all of the first level of professional exams for chartered accountants. And then if you stayed with us and did a master's, you would get the next level for both SECA and chartered accountants. So we try to build all of that in. If you look at chartered accountants, that means you've only one set of professional exemptions to do when you leave. And if you follow our new strategic accounting masters, you have no professional exams to do after you leave. It's literally all built into the program. So we do as much as we can, because we think if you're paying for your university degree, you want to get as much value out of it as possible. So now it means that to get some exemptions, you have to get 50 rather than 40 to pass, but we do our best to make sure that that happens and that that's all built in. For the finance programs, again, you could see there's professional recognition from the certified financial advisors. So anywhere we can get the professional exemption built in, we will do it. And we'll go over and above what's needed to make sure it's built in. It means that the courses are a bit tougher, possibly, a bit more rigorous, but the benefits totally outweigh that in terms of less professional exams to do or less exams to do when you leave.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's huge. And coming back to the HLA in financial technology, and I know it's brand new, and it's something, again, that students are looking at alternative ways of studying in terms of balancing maybe employment that they have as well as education. Could you tell us a little bit about the remuneration for that program? Do we have any handle on how much students are paid and how much the deduction is in their fees, or how much is funded?
Well, it's basically 100% funded. You get paid to work. Now, the employers will decide how much they pay. Contract between you and the employer. But you'd be getting that sort of starting salary. You'd be getting anywhere up to between 12 and 18,000, but it would be based on each employer. What they're starting their school leavers on, if that makes sense. So they'll be paying you a salary, and then they get paid by the Department for Education to put you through your HLA.
Excellent.
So, you don't have any fees to pay. Basically, getting paid to work and to study, and
that's huge.
The department's covering the cost of your education.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's a great opportunity if students are looking for alternative ways of working. We're increasingly seeing more students becoming more savvy in terms of their study opportunities. And I suppose one other question I have is about the accounting, I guess, umbrella programs. And increasingly, one of the questions that we get asked out in schools is if somebody is interested in accounting, is it better to go in as a very broad accounting degree, or is it better to do one of our specialisms programs, or the pathways that allows them to specialize in like taxation or information systems? Is there any advantage to that?
The only advantage to doing the straight accounting is through, if you're really on the SCCA route and want to be an SCCA professional accountant, you have to do the straight accounting to get the most exemptions. You might miss one or two exemptions by doing one of the specialisms, but it's minimal. If it's chartered accountants, we have managed, with a lot of hard work, I have to say, but we've managed to make sure that our pathways meet all their criteria, which means you are absolutely at no disadvantage. So we wanted it that way, that the students can have a little bit of a taster without being disadvantaged. So even if you went down, let's say, for example, and did forensics, and you decided, I don't really want to work in forensics, you're absolutely not disadvantaged. You just go ahead and you have the same exemptions as everybody else that studied the other pathways, and you go on and do your professional exemptions, but you've had a little bit of a taster. So it makes you a little bit more marketable because you've tried something else, and you're able maybe to move around a bit and be a bit more agile, which is very important in the current climate. And, and it's one of the skills that the world of work is looking for. One of the future skills is about being flexible and agile. And we've kind of tried to build that into the programs. So develop skills without really realizing it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I suppose this kind of connects to my very last question, is when our attendees are thinking about, most of them, I assume, are year 13 and they're going into year 14, they're beginning their application process. And one of the requirements is, of course, the personal statement, where they'll have to talk about their interests as well as skills and competencies. From a business perspective, and I know you've talked about agility and flexibility, are there any other skills associated with what is required in the business world that applicants should be considering demonstrating when they're writing their personal statement?
And the things that are coming out in a lot of the research that we're doing about 21st century skills, it is things like being flexible, being agile, being resilient, being able to think differently. Information technology and digital skills are very important as well, but they can be learnt. But it's that kind of innate ability to query, and to ask and to kind of say, oh, could we look at that a different way? That's the kind of skills that the future is looking for. And we try to do that with, real live case studies in classes. And again, with our background, we can do that. We can bring that sort of cases and projects and, learning into the classroom. So you're getting those skills, you're developing them, within the class.
Excellent. Yeah, and great points raised there. Okay, well, I think if there's no questions coming through, I think it's maybe a good time to end the presentation. I just want to thank yourself, Danielle, for coming on and giving an excellent presentation and very insightful, even for me, who works in the university, about the range and breadth and depth of the business school programs. So I hope that's some food for thought for attendees. And what we'll do is we will email out the recording to you and to anybody who's missed the presentation to make sure that you're making an informed choice when you go to apply. But I hope that was helpful, and thank you again, Danielle.
Okay, thank you. And if anybody has any questions, you can email me directly. It's not a problem.